When I was growing up, the big thing that broadcast networks were bragging about was broadcasting in stereo. What's funny about this is that while most people understood that stereo must be better, they really didn't understand what the term stereo meant. The most commonly understood use of the word is in the form of a noun, a stereo system, or the cool pile of techie parts that makes loud music in my house. Or in my car, waking up my neighbors at 2 a.m. But beyond that, most ordinary folks don't really know what it means. So it's no surprise that beginning recording engineers struggle with this as well. So to truly understand what stereo is, we need to start at the beginning, how we, human beings, perceive sound in the physical world. Having two eyes is what gives us depth perception, the ability to tell how close or far away something is. This is fairly common knowledge, but less widely known is the fact that having two ears gives us spatial perception, the ability to tell where a sound is coming from. When a sound occurs right in front of us, we hear an equal amount of that sound in both ears. This tells our brain that the sound source is directly in front of us. But if the sound is coming from our right side, the sound reaches our right ear before it reaches our left ear. Also, the sound pressure that reaches our right ear will be ever so slightly higher than that of our left ear. These factors tell our mind's ear that the sound is coming from the right. But even when a sound is right in front of us, the left and right ears never hear the exact same thing. For example, in addition to hearing the direct sound in front of us, each ear is hearing a different set of reflections from the surfaces around us. So while two speakers is necessary for a stereo system, it's also necessary that each speaker is producing a unique sound to replicate the phenomena of our ears picking up a unique set of sounds. So from a recording standpoint, it's important to know what stereo is, but it's also important to know what it's not. The sound from one microphone playing through two speakers? Not stereo. Two microphones summed together in one speaker? Well, we're getting closer by having two microphones, but because they're being summed together, also not stereo. In order for a recording to be considered stereo, the left and right channels need to have unique elements in them. And there are a number of techniques that we can use to achieve this, but before we get to that, let's back up and answer the question that might be brewing in the back of your mind. Why do we care? Why did we care about stereo broadcast back then, and why do we still care about it today when recording music? Because the whole point of recording music is to make the listener feel something. And stereo recording is one of the best ways we can do that. A stereo recording puts the listener in that environment by replicating our spatial perception, much in the same way that 3D replicates our visual depth perception. It's like I'm really there. So now we'll talk about how we can make stereo recordings or stereo effects. But to get the most out of this video, it's important that you are listening on headphones or on a stereo system. And ideally position yourself in between the speakers, making an equilateral triangle between you and the speakers. To start with, you are hearing me speaking into one microphone. This microphone is being mixed with the pan control in the middle, so it's summing equally to both the left and right speakers. So it sounds like it's focused in the middle, like I'm right in front of you. Now the microphone is being panned to the left, so you're only hearing it come out of the left speaker. If you're hearing it come out of the right, you've got your listening system set up backwards. Now it's being panned to the right, making it come out of the right speaker. Now we have two microphones positioned in front of me, but right now both are panned to center. So we're not hearing them in stereo yet, since both mics are being equally summed to both speakers. Now we're in stereo. Notice how much different that sounds? Rather than sounding all focused in the center, you are hearing the space around you, making it sound as if you are
actually in the room with me.
The left and right speakers are picking up unique sounds just as your ears would if you were standing right here. And the fact that the signal from each mic is being sent exclusively to the left and right speakers, your ears recreate that experience in your mind's ear. The uniquely recorded channels are the key. In order for a recording to play back in stereo, the left and right channels need to remain separated from recording to playback. Separate mics recorded on separate tracks, panned to the left and right masters, and played back on a system capable of reproducing stereo recordings. Now, having said that, there are other ways of making a stereo effect in a mix that don't involve recording with two microphones. One of those ways is called multiple mono, or simply doubling a track in an overdub. In this case, two separate performances are panned left and right. Observe. This method is not considered true stereo, but it does create a stereo effect since the left and right channels are producing unique performances. Another way is to duplicate a channel, add a delay to the duplicate, and pan them left and right. But the delay on the duplicated channel is the key to making this work. Oftentimes people will do this without the delay, but that doesn't create any kind of stereo effect, since the waveform of both channels are identical. So now we know what stereo is. In the next video, we'll look at a number of different stereo microphone techniques, so stay tuned.